Welcome guys, welcome back to a new video. And in this new video, um, or in the video before, what we did was we configure the secure network management um, by using the auto secure config, which was a wizard where the router gives you and asks you a lot of questions so they can secure your router. And we did that, and then I also show you what some of the stuff that your router doesn't do that you need to do it manually. But now in this video, we are going to configure everything manually. So we're not going to use the auto secure wizard anymore. So we are going to do it on our own, and we are going to be doing this. What we're going to configure is the in-band um, management, in-band network management. So we're going to have to disable Telnet, do SSH, um, with username and passwords and all of that. And also we are going to create an access list for that and enable the console to log in with a local account and a lot of good stuff. So let's go ahead and start with that. Um, as you can see right here, I don't know if you are able to use um, packet tracer for all the commands that I'm going to be running, but I do recommend you to go ahead and install GNS3 and work with that, and that should work perfectly. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to go to router one. All right, let's go ahead and config to. Let's give it a host name first of our one. So we need to configure the interfaces because I have not configured any of them. Um, oops, interface IP address 192.168.1.1. This is for router one. Gigabit 00, which is this one over here. Now shut down. Now let's go ahead to Gigabit 01, which is pointing to router 3. And over here we have to configure it to 1. Let's do no shutdown. And then let's go to 2. And on over here we have to configure 3.1. And let's do also no shutdown. Now let's go to router 2, which is the one over here. And we have to configure 192.168.1.2. That 1.2 and /24. Now shut down. Let's see if we're able to ping router 1 now. We should be able to. There we go. So we're able to ping router 1. So we have connectivity between router 1 and router 2. So that's good. Let's go ahead to router 3 and configure those two. Or actually on router 2, let's give it a host name of R2. And then let's go ahead to router 3. And let's give it a host name real quick, R3, so I don't forget. Then after that, what we need to do from router 3, configure interface gigabit 0/1 with an IP address of 192.168.2.2. Now shut down, and then let's go ahead to gigabit 02. Give an IP address of 192.3.2. Now shut down as well, and let's try to ping 192.168.2.1, and we have connectivity, and then that 3.1. And there it is. So we have connectivity between router 3 and router 1 and router 2 and router 1. So since everything is configured, not everything is configured, since we have connectivity between the routers, now we can go ahead and harden um, router 1 a little bit. So the first thing that we could do is go ahead to, well, I don't know what I got out of the config terminal. Let's go back to config T. The first thing that I want to do is just enable a simple password. Enable password, and we can just do Cisco 123 for now. And what this does is whenever somebody um, try to go from the X mode into the enable mode, it's going to ask you for a password, and the password is going to be Cisco. But the problem with this password is that um, it is not hashed, so that it doesn't have any data integrity. So it's not good to have it because it gives you the password in clear text. So if you do a do show run, I can show you what happens. Here we go. It is in clear text, as you can see. If anybody do a do shall run or shall run, shall run, they're going to be able to see what your password is, right? So because of that, what we want to do, we want to enable secret. Um, let's leave it as m 123. It's not recommended. Has to enable, so 456, fine. So now, if this one enable secret, it's actually going to be hashed. So if we go to do shall run and we can compare it, as you can see right here, enable secret um, is hashed, I believe, with ND5, which is not a really secure method, but it's more secure than just plain text, as you can see right here. And whenever you have enable secret and enable password configure, the enable secret is always going to be the one that is going to work. So if both of them are enabled, the one that is going to work is going to be enable secret, because secret overwrites password. Always remember that password is never going to overwrite the secret. All right, so that is done. Another thing that we are going to do is we have to configure an IP domain name, and I'm going to give it ccdtt.com. There's an MMR website. If you want to go ahead and check it out, go ahead and check it out. And we have to do this because we're going to create a SSH key. Um, and for that, you need to have your IP domain name, because it actually takes the host name, which is R1, and then the domain name, and it combine it and it assigns it a key, and then that's how it makes it. Okay, so let's go ahead and create that key. So we have to go crypto key generate RSA modulos 1024, and it needs to be this high um, because they're going to be using SSH version 2. As you can see right here, it's using 1.99, version 1.99, which means that it could use either version 1 and version 2, but the one that it is enabled by default is SSH version 1. It is not really secure, so we have to go ahead and enable SSH version 2. There it is. So now we have SSH version 2 configured. Now after that, what we want to do is create a username, and we're going to give it my name, privilege 15. 15 is the highest level, so that's going to give you access to configure anything in the router. And then we're going to create a password, Cisco 123 456. There we go. Now, what we need to do after this is let's go ahead and create an access list, right? And it's going to be a standard access list, so anything between 1 to 99 or 0 to 99. Do not remember. Let's see, why don't we just go ahead and Google that? Standard access list range. The range, okay, there we go. It is from 100 to 90 to from 1 to 99, and the extended is from 100 to 199. Okay, good. So I got it right. So from 1 to 99 is going to be an standard access list. So that's all we need to configure over here. And we are going to permit, what do we want to permit? We want to permit a host. And which host do we want to permit? So we want to permit 192.168.1.2 and 192.168.3.2. And we're going to configure these two because we want to have availability. So whenever one of the links goes down, I want router 3 to be able to use the other link, and that provides availability, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Permit host 192.168.2.2, and also that 3.3.2, and then after that 192.99 deny any. So what is that? What this is going to do is it's going to deny any other host, and it's only going to allow these two hosts. So now let's go ahead to line V2Y to enable um, the telnet, actually not telnet, SSH. And first of all, we want to do a login local, and with the locals means it's going to use my local database, and my local database has stored my username and my password. So we're going to use this to authenticate, and when we authenticate, that provides confidentiality, right? When you have a username and password, and when you have two links, it provides availability, and when you're using SSH, it provides data integrity. Okay, so we're doing the CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So login local, and now let's do transport input SSH. So I only want SSH to work. I don't want Telnet to work. And now let's go ahead and secure line console and 0. And also we're going to do login local over here. And then we want to do an exec timeout. And we can do a question in minutes. So after 10 minutes of inactivity, I want you to kick you out. Let's see if I can do that from line with UI. Yeah, I can do that as well. So in minutes, so after 10 minutes of inactivity, what the router is going to do is going to just kick you out. So that's a good security measure that you can have there because you don't want somebody to be connected all the time. Um, and then what we could do is we can, oops, I forgot to add the line with UI. We had to add that access list, and the way that you do it is by assigning an access class to the line VTY, which is going to be 98, and going in because it's going to be coming into the router, not out of the router. Okay, you can do exit or N, and then let's save this. So what we want to do first, we want to test that router 2 does not have connectivity to um, router 1. We should be able to ping it. There we go. We're able to ping it, but we shouldn't be able to telnet or SSH. So telnet, if I know how to spell it, there we go. There we go. We cannot telnet. Are we able to SSH into it? 192.168.1.1. There we go. Connection refused. And now if we go to the router and we do show access list 98, and as you can see over here, we have a match for the um, sequence number 30, which is denying it. So as you can see, we have denied 1, and the one that we denied was the router 2. I think if you do a debug, um, maybe debug access list. Is there a debug access list in here? Uh, mm, Maybe debug IP. There's a lot of stuff in here. Debug IP access list. There we go. Access list incomplete. IPC internal data plane packet foreign. Per user access list debug or hash integration internal. Which one do we want to enable? Packet forwarding path. I don't see anything that could give me IPC. Let's do IPC stats. Let's do this and let's see if when we try to SSH into it, see what happens. If it gives me, nope, I don't see any. Okay, so let's do debug on all or on all. There we go. So I have turned everything off. So I was trying to see if we could see whenever it was denied. I do not remember how we could do that so we can see it in live action, but it is denying it, so it is working the way I want it. Now, let's see if we're able to telnet from router 3 into router 1. So we need to use 192.168.2.1.2.1, and we're not able to do that because I did not configure telnet. I configure SSH. So we need to do username or asker then 192.168.2.1. Here we go. And as you can see right here, we are about to log in into it. Let's put in the password. And there we go. And that let me log in. So let's go ahead and exit. Let's go ahead to router 1, show access list. And as you can see, we have 2 matches permitted um, from this IP address. So what if we do a config t and we do interface gigabyte/1 and we just shut it down and And then let's do SSH again, but we want to SSH to 3.1. Cisco 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Good. So we are able to turn it into the router, into router 1 using both IP addresses. Let's see if we, from router 1, let's see the access list hits. And as you can see, we have 2 matches for this one and 2 matches for this one. So whenever this one goes down, we can SSH via this way because we have availability. Okay, so that's a good thing to have. Interface give us 0/2 or 0/1 and then shut down. Okay, so this is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. So what we did was configured um, we configured the secure network management. So what we did was we secure the in-band, which is doing via SSH, and out-of-band, which is via the line console. Remember, out-of-band, you need to be physically there and plug in your serial port. And with in-band, you have to do it remotely or via an IP address or a protocol as SSH or Telnet. We did not configure Telnet, we disable it, and we only did it via SSH, which is secure and provides data integrity. So thank you guys for watching. And if you guys have a Twitter account, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at CCNA Daily Tips. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.